Good morning, fellow weirdos of the flock. Happy wake and bake. Before I even tell you to come in, did you take your medicine? You have your medicine on you. Okay, awesome. I have a bowl freshly packed. Actually, it's all we can pack because I have this this much weed for us. I wish I could get it on camera so I could show you. It's literally that much. So I haven't been packing Larry all the way. He's only going on half a trip. So I moved the coffee pot to right here next to the stove. Well, it's not exactly next to the stove, but it's in the same vicinity as the stove. It's not on the dishwasher, it's right behind it. But it's in the easier place to get to, so you can just grab a cup and come back. It's pretty easy. So make sure, make sure you took your pills. And I have keep other people alive juice. I have a fresh pot. If you make the last cup, you make a new pot. That's the rule. And don't complain, it's the rule. Okay? It's the rule. You make the last cup, you make a new pot. I am your super awesome narrating host, and this is my sheep pen. This is where the weirdos come together and talk. Well, I read what the Bible says. Now, we've read through this one time before, but I still have no idea what the fuck is happening. So, we're gonna reread it from the beginning with the knowledge that we have from the last time we read it. So, we're going to reread it with the eyes that have read it one time before. I know you're going to look back at my videos and see that I've tried to do this many times, at least three. And I still had no idea what was going on. But I read it further and I think I may know more. And I'm going to start this session with what I have gathered the original Battle of the Gods looked like before there was an Earth. Okay? Because I believe at some time they they were playing Risk and the Risk board got flipped and then they started playing dodgeball with planets. That's what I think happened. Like up there in space is leftovers from a giant battle of the gods. Because I mean, and the reason I think they were playing some kind of cosmic dodgeball is because it seems like God only has one arm. And how really would a God use one arm? Somebody threw sun at him. And listen, I don't know the origin stories of any religion. I just know somewhat of what their beginnings are, what their original human look like, and I have a theory on the flood as well, because I believe, that's another time where God and when God and the other gods started having another tiff with the creatures that existed at the time. They were like, these guys suck. So we are going to breathe the blood of all of that out of them and we're going to start fresh. So that's what I believe happened with Noah. They bred all the bullshit blood out of whoever their first person that they picked, right? That didn't have any of the demon blood in them. So they plucked them out of the stuff and then filled up the bathtub, right? They filled up the bathtub and we started, we became bath toys. And then we've been risk pieces pretty much ever since Moses. But we haven't got there yet. And that's my theory. So we're going to call it Nikki's ancient theory, or Nikki's theory of ancient times, ancient God. I don't fucking know what to even call it. It's just a theory. Okay? But we're not there yet at either of those places. We are here after this giant cosmic battle of the gods. I feel like this is maybe the first time they tried to play Risk, maybe at Ancient God's feet, right? They're playing Risk, and then somebody got pissed off, like, you bitches suck, and flipped the Risk board. And then another god threw a dodgeball at God, and then God was like, more dodgeballs. These are the planets. Right. It's like dodgeball. And then somebody was like, Dragon Ball Z, like fireball. And then the sun hit God in the shoulder on the left side and took his arm off because God doesn't have a left arm. So that's my theory. Well, I don't know. I feel like that's the theory before my other theory. I don't know. Anyway, anyway, let's go to chapter 1. So, let's wake and bake with Das Bible. Okay, Genesis chapter 1. Let's do it. Okay. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So he took one of the dodgeballs and was like, okay, this risk board. So, hear me out, big guy. This is just a theory. This is a theory. Okay. So, they made a dodgeball Earth. So, this is where the inheritance and stuff comes in, raised as inheritance. And maybe this is ancient God. Ancient God set up the risk board. And then he's like, dodgeballs, Walter. Everybody gets a piece. Okay? So, God, on his thing, said, let there be light. And, lights come on. So, God's like, son that took my left arm. Mostly kidding. Mostly kidding. And God saw the light was good. And then God separated the light from darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called light. The darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, one day. It doesn't say day one. It doesn't say, day one, God made light. No, it seems like God sat there for a hot second and just soaked on the water. He's like, ah, my left arm. Right. He's like, ah. So then he made stuff. And then God said, let there be an expanse in the midst of waters, and let it separate waters from the waters. And God made the expanse and separated waters, which the waters which were below the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it was so. Ah, look, do you know what that says? Oh, listen. That's how he made clouds. That's clouds. Oh, look. God made clouds. Look. He's like, water from here, go to water up there. And then God called the expanse heaven. And there was evenings and there was morning, a second day. So I'm guessing that took a hot second because it says a second day. So there must have been a lot of years between day one and day two because it says one day and a second day. It doesn't say on the first day and on the second day. No, it just says he did this on some kind of days. I don't know when, but there was a day. And then God said, let the waters below the heaven be gathered into one place. And then dirt. and and God called the dirt earth. And the gathering of the waters he called seas. And then he was like, this good news. And then God said, let the earth sprout vegetation. Okay, we're going to put this here for 1 second. Okay, so it's going to bear seeds and fruit trees bearing fruit after their kind, with, hold on, bearing fruit after their kind, with seeds in them on the earth. And it was so. Hey, about this fruit after their kind. You know, people are like, the Bible says they're kind, they're black, and we're white. We're going to not be friends with black people because it's not our kind. It really is your kind, though. I don't think that means anything about mixing like an orange mango with a pale mango. I don't think it's the same kind of thing. I think you're not supposed to mix mangoes with oranges. Not I never get the racist thing because they use the Bible. It says it's going to be with their kind. Are you a human? Are black people humans? Like, I get it. They have a different personality. Like, they're different, but they're not a different kind. Like, it's just, the Bible doesn't see racism. I never understood that, where they use the Bible. And I mean, even black supremacists, some of them are like, the Bible's racist. It's not. It's not. If you actually read the words, it's not. Not until, like, and then it's not even racist because they're not killing the people because they're that. God's killing the people because they're fucktards. And, like, it is a giant risk board. So it's kind of like you kill the God, you kill the people. No, other way. You kill the people, you kill the God. So you're supposed to kill people because of their God, not because of their race. That's Nicolation. Nikki's speculation. Nicolation. But anyway, back to the book. See, this is why I'm retarded. Okay. So he's like, bare trees with food. And bam, it was so. And the earth brought forth vegetation. Uh, and God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, a third day. And again, we don't know how many fucking million years are behind day one, day two, and day three. Like, we have no idea. So, for somebody to be like, the earth was created in 6 days, the Bible doesn't say that. It just says it was created on a day. And it just happens to count the days, right? But it doesn't say he did it in 6 days because we don't know God years. We don't know God days. And it doesn't say he did this consecutively. It just said it took him 6 days. Well, 6 times, 6 recordings. Just just saying that to people that are retarded. Just mm. And then God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate day from night, and let them be for signs and seasons, for days and years, and let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens, to give light on the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars, and God placed them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on earth, and to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And then God was like, hey, this good. And there was evening and morning, a fourth day. Listen. Then God said, let the waters teem and swarms. Let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens. And God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. Fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth. And there was an evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. And then God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle, creeping things, beasts. Okay, hold on. Creeping thing and beasts of the earth after their kind. And it was so. Oh my God. This is terrible. And God saw that this was good. And God said, let us, listen, this, these part. I don't think this part belongs right here. Or like, may, okay, you'll see why I don't think this should be in here. This is the beginning of a different book. This is not the beginning of Das Bible. Or, chapter 5 don't belong. But chapter 5, I don't know. I'll show you. Okay. Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over all the shit, right? And God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. See, okay, so listen. Make man in our image, okay? So God created his in his own image, in the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Okay, and if we remember correctly, God has not made a woman yet. God has not made a woman yet. So far, he's only made an Adam. But Adam, not God, is an us and an our. And Adam is supposed to be one. But a lot of the other religions, God is two. Adam, Adam, Adam is two. So, I don't know. This part kind of flips my mind. But there's another chapter of this. So just wait. And God blessed them. And God said to them, be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the flesh of the sea, over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. Then God said, behold, I have given you all the shit, all the shit, okay? And earth, every beast of the earth and every bird of the sky, to everything that moves on earth, which has life. I have given everything to you. And it was so. And God saw he had made, and God saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. Okay, the final day. And again, we don't know how many millions of years. We do not know how many millions of years are between these days he chose to do this. Because in my mind, God's a stoner. He's probably not a stoner, but there's a lot of times he is not paying attention. And he purposely doesn't pay attention. There are many times. Okay, and back to this. Okay. So in this one, he did make two. Okay. And I know, and there is a different religion where God made two before the one, right? Adam's first wife, Lily, something. Why are you freaking out? Can you hear her freaking out? She's freaking out. Anyway, I think her name was Lily. Is this is this the story of Lilith? Is this why I feel like this doesn't belong? I don't know. I feel like this chapter does not belong in Das Bibli. Or chapter 5 doesn't believe or doesn't belong in the Bibli. But chapter 1 just seems like it doesn't fit in. I mean, we're going to continue to read, and I'm going to show you exactly why I don't feel like chapter 1 belongs in the Bible. Or it's making the point to say humans were fucked up before. Humans were fucked up the first time we tried this. So, I don't know. But that's just what I feel like. So, thank you for hanging out with me all the way. Did you press like? I mean, if anything else, just press like. But I would prefer you commented. I mean, please press like, but comment. Comment your theory because I want to know things. I want to know things. Like, I want to know something. I want to know. So maybe you're a different religion and you're not fond of Das Bibli, and that is fine. It's totally fine. But just know, I'm not preaching. Well, I do say things, but remember, like a lot of my family's preachers and whatnot, and it accidentally happens, but it's usually not biblically. So please, if you know shit, comment. And try not to make it really rude and disrespectful because I am also a troll. So you can be a troll. We'll have a dick measuring competition in the comment section. But no, if I would just prefer you told me legitimately something about my this thing, my theory, your God's origin story, the start of your religion, is it close to like an ancient battle or something? Celestial battle. I mean, I don't know. But I would love some comments and some likes. I love you. I tell you that every day because I do. I love you. And I love digital high fives. They're my favorite. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for watching and have the greatest day ever. Oh, you should, I don't know. I wouldn't do not jack shit today. I guess I'm gonna do the laundry. Whatever. Anyway, I love you. Have the greatest day ever.